Hey champs, welcome back. In this lecture number 5, the topic that will be discussed is centripetal force. So, which is another important concept in dynamics of circular motion. So, let's start the video. Centripetal force. It is another important discussion in this topic, circular motion. So, what is centripetal force? First of all, let's define it. Definition. Very simple definition. The force that is necessary for the circular motion of an object is called centripetal force. Okay, the simple and brief definition. The force which is necessary for the circular motion of an object is called the centripetal force. Okay, I hope you are all getting this one. That is, the force which is necessary for the circular motion of an object will be called as the centripetal force. Just very simple definition of this. The term, that is the centripetal, it itself indicates, and also I have discussed in the previous video, that centripetal means center seeking or center loving, that is towards the center. So the force which is always directed towards the center, okay, and along the radius, and helps the body to move in a circular path will be called as centripetal force. Okay, so direction of the centripetal force. Direction. Where will be, in which direction it will be directed? And it is always directed. It is always directed along the radius and towards the center. Towards the center. Okay. That is always directed along the radius and towards the center. This is the very direction of centripetal force, which is also called as the radial force. That means, let's see this one. Suppose this is a circular path. Okay. Now let us choose. This will be the center, and this is, here is a particle at A. And here the same particle at some data time at B. Here at C, and here at D. Suppose these are 4 positions of the body which is circulating in a circular path. Okay, the initial, at this point, the linear velocity will be tangential to this point and it will be directed along this direction. Clear? Now the force will act, that is the centripetal force Fc, will act along this direction. The centripetal force will act along this direction, that means along the radius and towards the center. Initially, if there will be no force such like centripetal force, then the object should move in this direction, as the momentum is initially along this direction. The linear momentum, the inertia will make the body to move along the linear direction. But due to the application or implementation of this centripetal particular force, this force will make bound that object to change its direction, because initially the body is moving in the straight line direction tangent to this point, and the force is acting perpendicular to this point. So for that reason, the direction of the object will change and it will have a resultant direction like this. This will be the curved path along which the body or object has to move due to this particular centripetal force. Clear? Now, when the object will at point B, moving from A to B, then as per the linear velocity, which is constant, so the body has to move in this direction. But due to the application of this centripetal force Fc here, the body will take a turn and move along this curved path to reach point C. Similarly, at this point, the direction of velocity must be linear velocity in tangential and downward. But due to the application of this centripetal force Fc along the radius and towards the center, the object will move along the curve and meet at point D with a direction of velocity v along this direction. Finally, the centripetal force at point D will be towards the center O, and the body will move along this curved path to reach at point A. In this way, we have observed in this particular case, due to the application of this centripetal force which is towards the center and along the radius, the linear motion of that object is being changed to a circular path. or circular motion. So the definition here proves that the force which is necessary for circular motion of an object will be called as a centripetal force. I hope you are all getting this one. This is a particular point of view of the centripetal force. So now let us derive the magnitude of the centripetal force. We have discussed about the direction. So let's derive the magnitude of centripetal force. Okay, magnitude of centripetal force. Very simple this one. Okay, from Newton's second law. From Newton's second law of motion. Second law of motion. Okay, what we are getting from Newton's second law of motion? Now F equals to the force which is responsible to make a body move. F is equals to what? To make some acceleration, to produce some acceleration in that body. F equal to mass into acceleration. Here we are discussing about centripetal force. So let us name it Fc and the acceleration as AC. AC means centripetal acceleration. Let an object, if you will consider an object moving in a circular path having a mass m and gaining an acceleration, centripetal acceleration AC, and the force responsible for that motion will be Fc equal to m into AC. But in the previous video, I have derived the centripetal formula for centripetal acceleration in lot more forms. So if we utilize that one, we are having Fc will be equal to m into v square by r. This is one of the formula for derivation for magnitude of the centripetal force, equation 1. Since AC equal to v square by r. Again, we have known that AC equals to r omega square. So Fc will become m r square. V is r omega. V is r omega. Or AC, you can write that AC. Since we have already discussed that AC equals to v square by r, or v equals to r omega, r square omega square by r get cancelled, it found to be r omega square. This one can also be replaced here, so it will become, in place of v square by r, we can write r omega square. So this will become r omega square, equation 2. Again, we know that omega equals to 2 pi by t, so this formula will become 2 pi by t means 4 pi square by t square. So again Fc is equals to 4 pi square m r upon t square. It is another equation for centripetal force. Clear? In terms of time period, 4 pi square m r upon t square. Finally, AC also can be written omega equals to 2 pi f, so it can also be written as r 4 pi square f square. This can also be written as acceleration AC. So final expression for Fc will be equal to, we can write that f 4 pi square f square m r. This is another expression in terms of frequency, equation 3 in terms of time period, equation 2 in terms of angular velocity, and equation 1 in terms of linear velocity. Okay, these are some of the expressions which shows the magnitude of centripetal force. Clear? So this is centripetal force. It's a direct definition, direction, and magnitude. So let us discuss some natural examples where centripetal force plays the major role. Okay, so for example, we can say that in case of the revolution of electrons around the nucleus, here is the nucleus and here is the electron which is revolving in circular path around the nucleus. So this electron is moving in a circular path around the nucleus. So from where the necessary centripetal force arises? Now in this particular case, the centripetal force is given by the Coulomb force of attraction between the positive charge inside the proton and the negative charge of the electron. So the necessary centripetal force required for the circular motion of the electron around the nucleus will be provided by the centripetal force, Coulomb force of attraction. Clear? In second example, another example, here we can write the centripetal force. Centripetal force will be equal to Coulomb force. Coulomb force. In this case, second example, in case of the revolution of planets around the sun, revolution of planets around the sun, The necessary centripetal force, as the planets revolve around the sun in circular path, so the centripetal force must be required for that motion. So the necessary centripetal force will be provided. The necessary centripetal force will be provided by the gravitational force of attraction between the sun and the planets. Similarly, in case of moons also and satellites. So here, gravitational force is equal to centripetal force. Okay. Third example, we can say that if you tie a string, means your stone with a string and start circulating like this with your hand, then the necessary centripetal force for the motion, circular motion of the stone will be provided by the tension produced in the string. So in case of a stone tied with a string and circulating like this, the necessary tension will provide the centripetal force. Here tension will be equal to centripetal force. Okay, so these are some of the examples where centripetal force are being in action in the natural world. Okay, in natural phenomena, centripetal force is being in action. Okay, so these are some of the examples which are being written in the conclusion section. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this particular concept, that is the centripetal force, which is one of the concept of dynamics of circular motion. This force is the sole responsible for the circular motion of the object. Okay, so the next all will be discussed in the next video. Till then, thank you.